Okay, let's see. What's this? Why are you here? Okay. Why are you here? Because your husband's at work. Your boyfriend's at work. Your boss isn't around. You're on break, maybe? Why are you here? Oh yeah, some of you are watching this at work, or like trying to figure out something when someone isn't there. Someone's trying to figure out something when someone isn't there. Someone could be trying to figure out too, like, someone learns the truth about something. They learn the truth about something. Someone's also doing a good job, and I feel like another person is trying to do a good job, but they're hiding certain things. I feel like someone has some plans that they haven't told somebody yet, or what's challenging this? Temperance and the Tower. So someone hasn't told someone yet that they like lost their job, or like someone the boss hasn't told the employee yet, like, hey, you're fired, or there's something. It's like someone may think that everything's fine, but there's something going on in the background that hasn't been said yet. Or that's what someone's worried about. They're worried about losing something, although they're very confident up here, and they're confident here, but they're kind of surrounded by a lot of shit. If I could be, it's stress. Ten of Swords is stress around work. Maybe someone's so tired they don't have anything. Someone could be feeling like, dude, all I do is work. All I do is work. If this is your boss, they like it a certain way. They're hold on. How much money have you saved this year? Ace of Swords, that's a good question. Like, how much money do you have? How much money if you worked for other people, how much money has other people given you? What's the Seven of Swords? Ask about the Tower. All right, Tower. Three of Wands. So someone's thinking the worst. They're trying to prepare for something. Maybe that's why they're saving, is they're trying to prepare for something. They want to make sure that it's all set. But someone doesn't believe something for some reason. Let's see about that. This Seven of Swords is the 9. So someone wants to offer somebody like everything. King of Cups now too, and the Lovers. Queen of Cups. Oh my God, this is like a match made in heaven. Can you see that? It's a match made in heaven. So someone could be, if there's a relationship here, this feels more like a business relationship. Or again, where work is the bottom of it, or like the foundation of it. This is lacking in water, though. It's lacking in emotion. So if this is a work situation, I feel like that's good. A person is not being overly reactive in ways of work. That's important. Like, if someone was to even hear like harsh news, would be like, okay, well, I feel like they're already kind of aware of it. They've been expecting something anyway. And the harsh news doesn't have to be bad. It could just be that the truth is finally known about something. I mean, usually the truth stings a little bit, right? Whenever we have an Ace of Swords, there's victory, but that doesn't come without, like, what do the cars say? Without a scrape, you know? So someone could be, like, lowering, like, for some reason or another, even though they're so smart and they're so gung-ho about it, they could feel like, well, I don't know if I'm good enough. Maybe they just don't feel attractive. Or they don't feel like someone would accept them in some kind of way. But I'm wondering why they don't, Seven of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, why they don't accept themselves. Why don't they accept themselves? Let's see. Ten of Swords and the Five of Cups. It's, someone's like wondering, like, will they choose me? Will they choose me? I don't know if they'll choose me. If they knew my past, oh my God, if they knew who I really, if they knew my past, and this is like 30 years, you know, even the last 3, but so someone's been asked a question and they didn't answer it honestly. It could be like, hey, did you date that person or did you work for that company? And it would be like, no, it's like someone had a bad experience, and it's like they didn't want to delve into it, so they kept it kind of surface about something. Because again, they felt like, well, I don't know, maybe they just realized, look, that's not important now. I don't need to tell you this information. So someone's withholding information, but I don't think that that's necessarily a lie. Although I could see that that's a problem. I've dealt with people like that where it's like, dude, you didn't tell, why didn't you tell me? And it's like, why did you lie to me? And it's like, I didn't lie to you, I just didn't tell you. So this has happened to somebody in a way that was manipulative, but this feels like it's not manipulative, but they've had to deal with that, so it's like something that's stuck in their heart. I think during this, during December, from December to April, clarity is also gained about something. It could be in relation to money or work. It could also be where someone finally like feels better about themselves again, and how they like, because this Queen of Cups, Queen of Coins is particularly very attractive. It's a stunning person. It's like when you see them, you're like, oh my God, you're such a beautiful person, you know? You can tell that they take care of themselves and they're healthy. They're healthy in their money. They're healthy in their boundaries. They're healthy in their body. They deal with stress accordingly. So maybe someone wasn't completely honest when they began something, and that's why it feels like, or they weren't finished healing something after they got involved with another thing. They left something else, got involved, but in between, there was some kind of overlap of pain or something that wasn't quite processed. For some of you, this has to do, let me see. Someone's also worried about somebody's health, or again, the health of something. I heard someone's not a kid anymore. I guess a person is also becoming a new person, and because of that clarity, like it's something in their psyche really shifted. Psyche means soul, but this also feels like the mind. It's like there's an epiphany or something like that, which again blows the doors of perception off the hinges. And maybe this has been happening. It's like I keep seeing where there's a big strong wind and it blows a door open, but a person keeps trying to shut it, but like the wind was so strong that it bent the hinges, and it's like it won't be able to shut anyway. It's like you can't go back. In a way, I heard, who am I when I don't have this thing? You know, like, so we could be talking about like some kind of definition of oneself, which again can come in a variance of ways. All right, closing messages, Knight of Cups and High Priestess. So you know the answer and what to do. I would also say that whoever your tarot reader is, or your astrologer, your spirit guides, it's like they want to come through. But there's also something that, again, a person, because she represents secrets, so it's kind of like there's secret knowledge here, and someone really wants to understand like what's going on. It's like, please help me. Please help me. And I'm seeing a candle. So having your chart read, having a tarot reading, pulling some cards for yourself, It's hard for yourself though, right? Especially when it has to do with your own emotional well-being, healing, etc. We're biased, right? With the High Priestess, why it was, I saw something like where she gathers the knowledge, but she doesn't necessarily. This is someone who's like elusive in a kind of way. It's not somebody who's like out. This isn't like a public tarot reader. This is somebody you go and see in private, and really get down, because they're going to talk about, like, show you the reality of something, right? Again, I think that the self is tainted a bit by bias. When, for instance, like looking at your own chart, you're going to see what you want to see, right? And that's why we need others in our life to show us sometimes what we're not willing to see, or where, and some of that is like your own strength. Because apparently a person here is incredibly intelligent. The strength of their mind and what they do with that is a big deal. It creates their life, and I see that intelligence is something, that intelligence and awareness is something that is not something that somebody just picked up yesterday. They didn't fall off the turnip truck yesterday. They know. So even if this is a person that's younger than you, it's somebody that you consider incredibly wise. And you can tell that they've been through a lot of shit. It's like, and this will really help you. Maybe this reading in general is giving some sort of shift in momentum. It's like getting a new tire, right? It's like your tire was flat, and it's like, why is my tire keep going flat? And it's giving the answers to something. There's also two things that are disappointing right now that feel flat to you. What are those? What are those two flat things? I mean, they're two flat tires. Tower and the Four of Wands. Because remember we were talking about how it was all like work-oriented, or fire and air, and it was lacking water? And then the advice came out as two very watery energies. So we're wanting emotionality. We want to connect emotionally. So yeah, some kind of counselor, this could be relationship counseling, or some kind of teacher is very helpful. I could see this as a man as well as a woman. It depends what your 9th house is doing. Will show what kind of person you naturally like to learn from. Someone tells you the truth, though. It's like if you ask the right questions, you're going to get the answer. But I guess it's a little bit of, I don't know if it's exactly be careful what you ask for, but it's if there's a question, if you can phrase the question correctly, then you can get an answer out of it. And I do feel like that gives somebody some kind of beautiful opportunity to be able to be more clear in where they're going. Perhaps this is like a solar return chart, or like a yearly reading that begins, with your birthday, or something like that. It's like looking ahead at the next year, I think, will also bring you a little bit of peace. Like maybe someone again will be like, look, January looks solid, but I heard August has some things. It's just a little bit of awareness goes a long way. And it may not tell you exactly like what it is. It could be like, wow, June is really awesome. Like you're super relaxed in June. Okay. So if something came in June that was like frustrating, it's like, well, it's gonna balance out into this peaceful place more easily. And actually, if you've been waiting to hear on something, you do receive the information. For sure. I mean, again, I don't know if this news is good or bad. But it's definitely the truth. Okay. Guess we're gonna leave that like that. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for being here. Peace out.